that's a dangerous
Redo it.
one. That's a dangerous one, especially right now because it's
Just redo it.
yeah. Well, that's costs money.
Cut back on the menu system. I mean, granted, Final Fantasy Tactics Tactics remastered over on the PS5, still a little menu heavy, but it's for all of us that played it back in the day. It's nothing new.
See,
this is how our games were back in the day. They were kind of menu heavy.
See, here's my issue right now.
That's how you knew it was a good fucking game.
I wouldn't want this next year. I wouldn't want this next year.
I would love to fucking see this next. I would love to see this in the next couple. I would love to see this on the PS redone on the PS6.
Okay.
Maybe bring in Miyazaki to fucking help.
If this was a remake,
Dark Souls twist to the combat.
If this was a remake on the level of like FF7 remake or something, maybe potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they remaster this thing and it sells really well. That's another ripple effect that goes against spending a boatload of money on making.
No, don't remaster it. Remake it. Get Miyazaki in there to help you with the Dark Souls formula for the combat.
Well, no.
And there you go. You got a fucking.
It would be more.
You got a fucking game.
It would be this, but it would be. Come on. It would be that, but it would be like this.
I mean,
if YouTube would load.
Fuck you, YouTube. For all you that don't recognize that game as Vagrant Story, if you never got a fucking chance to play it back in the day, I highly suggest checking it out somehow.
This is essentially
the combat's very primitive compared to
Xenogears remake or a Parasite
Eve. But
it
was a product of its age.
Yeah, like I said, Vagrant Story would probably play a lot like this because this is what sold pretty damn well. The other thing too is like, so here's actually something to keep in mind. Would the story be like this, or would it be CGI cutscenes? I think it'd be CGI cutscenes. So here's a question. Here's a question once again, the ripple effects of this last Game Awards and where the industry is headed. So say you go to a meeting, you get a meeting with the round table of Square Enix, and you say, hey, I want to remake Vagrant Story, but I want it to have full-on mocap CGI cutscenes. I want to maybe redo some of the storylines so it hits better, and hire on full-on, good cast members and everything.
Assless chaps.
Well, no, we're in business meeting here. So, yeah, redo the character a little bit to modernize his look and style and everything. Some of it's suggestive and everything. So we want to, kind of modernize it, do all that. And then Square Enix goes, can you cut down on the mocap usage? Can you make sure that you hire low rate voice actors so then we don't have to spend so much money on this project? Because right now people are really pushing for just indie titles anyway. So why? Sell me on the idea of making a full project.
I can give you on the voice actors because there was no VO back in the day on this. It was all like in your head. So all the voice for all the characters was different to everybody.
So
mocap usage.
Oh no. Okay, well if that's the case, then we'll just cut the mocap altogether. We won't bother with CGI cutscenes. We can remaster the game. Well,
it's a little menu heavy for back in the day. Back in the day, it was good. Nowadays, it's a wee bit.
Okay, so we have to do a full UI rework and to try and modernize it for the modern day RPG player that doesn't want to sit there and read through menus and everything. Okay, so that's a lot of money too, having to redo the menus and everything. So all right, so we're going to cut the mocap completely out. We're just going to go with voice actors. we have to redo the UI menu. That's a little bit costly. So we'll make sure it runs at 60 FPS, of course. Maybe we'll redo some assets using AI to upscale it. And what else? Let's see here. Oh, and then we'll probably have to make sure that it's on every single console and system. We also have to make sure that it's Steam Deck verified too, that runs really well on Steam Deck. But that should go through certification, no problem at all.
I would say, since it originally was a PlayStation exclusive, get it the first 6 months on PlayStation. See how it does. Because it's old. It's an older game. Not a lot of newer kids know what the fuck it is.
So essentially, what you just
give it a Dark Souls-esque flair.
What you just bargained yourself down to is essentially this.
I mean, that looked fucking good back in the day on PlayStation. I mean, it
is 2025 going into 2026. You're trying to make the amount of money back that you're putting into it. You just bankrupted your company. You're out of business. You're done. You're out of business. Get the fuck out of my office.
Toss it to somebody else, and don't Square doesn't have to do it. Toss it to somebody else.
It's Square Enix's IP. Get the fuck out of my office. You don't know what the hell you're doing with copyright laws.
Have Square Enix
sell me on the game being top notch to where it is Final Fantasy Remake style.
Let somebody, an indie developer that has done some good shit, like what Blue Square, or whatever the fuck they did with
Blue Point. Yeah, so
Blue Point did with.
So we're gonna give it half the budget then.
Souls.
Nice. All right. So here's the thing with Demon Souls. How many CGI cutscenes is there? How much mocap is there in it? How much voiceover that is not like that has to have mocap in it? Is there?
I mean, true.
You just backed yourself into another goddamn corner that cuts half the features out. That makes it a AAA development.
Very little VO, very little fucking mocap. God damn it.
Okay, so you just got half your budget taken away right there once again.
Ouch. I don't know. I really don't know.
Because again, I would bet Final Fantasy Tactics, which just won at the Game Awards actually for RPG stuff, I would bet this costs half the budget also. Because it is basically like this, they're calling it a remake. No, it's a remaster because they're just up-res and everything. They did hire the voice actors to do just mocap. The cutscenes in there that are animated like that. So this first cutscene right here, this could cost a little bit, but you could also handle some of it maybe with AI. Maybe with a cheaper rate artist and everything. Somebody who's maybe newer that's just trying to get their foot in the door or something that you don't have to pay so much to. There's ways of cost cutting this. They lost the original source code. They had to redo it. You can reverse engineer games. Yes, you have to recode it and everything, but in all honesty, a game like this, a lot of these games were programmed the same way. That's why they all played the same way with the menu systems and everything. The same thing. I heard the same. Where I learned about this from was Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. All the source code gone, and they took those games, reverse engineered them, and they played like the remakes of them. Which is, I call them rebuilds. They're not really remakes, they're rebuilds. It does cost a little extra. To try and make a rebuild of a game because you have to rebuild the source code and it's the reverse engineering. But there is also development teams specifically doing all that stuff now. Like GOG helps out with some of that stuff, getting source codes or working with other companies that rebuild source codes also. There's, even the fan base. Sometimes you get free help from the fan base that has already rebuilt some of the source code for these games so they can mod them and remaster them, in a fan project or something like that. think I think that was like a similar thing that happened with the Seventh Heaven mods for Final Fantasy VII, the Steam version of it and everything. I'm pretty sure they had to rebuild the coding base there. Yeah, they can reverse engineer anything, but it still costs money more than just upscaling something pre-existing, but less than building from scratch. Exactly. Which is still half the cost of building something outright brand new. Again, any which way you go, the numbers are not in favor of, of building the industry and pushing forward with innovation in the industry. Again, this is the reason why I'm making such, again, like, if anybody could sell me, as a way of doing everything that's cost efficient, and also I'm the publisher, and I am asking, shareholders and stockholders, whatever, shareholders, hey, shareholders, I need $40 million, $50 million, $100 million, whatever the fuck it is, for each project. Depends on everybody's setup and everything, how many camera rigs that you need and mocap suits and all that stuff. But I need, let's say, $50 million for this project over here. Well, those projects over there don't. I have yet to hear anybody actually make a good case of like, okay, tell me how you're going to do this on the cheap. The closest thing that you could actually say is AI, but as soon as you say AI, boom, it's like half the fan base turns on you. Again, it's not that Expedition 33 is an RPG. It's the fact that Expedition 33 got like the fan vote over top of something that is technically better than it. That's the dangerous part. Because now the business side of things starts to get pulled into question of like, oh, well, if the fans don't give a shit, then why spend the money on it? Because right now, it's like the fan bases of everything have the expectations way the fuck up here. Like if GTA 6 doesn't run at 60 FPS on the PS5, on a regular PS5, people are going to fucking lose their mind. The fact that it's only coming out on the PlayStation, people are already losing their fucking mind over this and whatnot. If this game isn't fucking perfect from point A to credits, people are going to lose their minds. And you know what? It's not going to be perfect. People are going to lose their minds. But the game is still going to sell really well because the name on the box. And also it's Rockstar. So the logo and the name on the box.
Yeah.